So we've obviously talked about the exciting times for ADA, how high things could go, the projections for what ADA could reach in the bull market cycle. And that's always exciting, right? One thing we haven't talked about is worst case scenario. What ADA price would be at the height of a bull market cycle on the low side. And I think it's a discussion that we should all have. So I've seen many comments about this lately that, it's pretty much from haters. ADA's not going to do anything good and it's not going to reach its all-time high and nobody's using it and blah, blah, blah. All this crap that we've heard for years, right? And I want people to realize that there is always the possibility that Cardano may not get adoption. I 100% think it will. I think the steps forward that have taken place are huge. This is the market cycle where Cardano can finally get mass usage, where ADA price can truly take off. But if it doesn't, how high do I think ADA is going to be in terms of price? Well, there's a couple other coins that have been in the top 10 before years ago that didn't really take steps forward. They didn't really do anything. So they got basically relegated to the boundaries of the top 20. And that's where they sit. They haven't made steps forward. Now, what I'm talking about is both Stellar and Monero. Both coins were top 20 coins. I believe over $10 billion market cap. So nice high prices, essentially where ADA's at currently. So right now, both of these coins went through multiple markets or went through a bull market since they hit their high, right? And what has happened since then is they basically went back to where the all-time high was before. You can see Monero came back in at almost $450 after being at about $425 the cycle before that. Stellar, XLM, did essentially the same exact thing, came up to just above the current all-time high was during this last bull market. And I think this is a good indication of where ADA may be in the worst case scenario. If it doesn't take off, if it doesn't get adoption, I think ADA still creates a new all-time high. Barely. But I'm still more on the bullish side here. Now, one of the big reasons for that is when we look at Monero and Stellar, I think both of these coins are going to hit new all-time highs in this market cycle. And the big reason for it is the big wave that is coming to crypto. Institutional money, enterprise adoption, mass adoption. Most people don't wrap their minds around how big of a deal these things in fact are. These have the potential to crush any charts. Projections could be absolutely shattered by the capital influx we're going to see. We're going to see likely over a tripling in the global market cap from the last market cycle. That is an insane rate of growth, and what that would do to assets will absolutely blow your mind. So even if ADA, on the worst case scenario, I still think it's going to be somewhere in that $7 range, just from simple mass adoption, that major capital influx. All right. Could it be just above the current all-time high? Yes. It could be just above $3. We have no idea. Right. But you can't argue and deny the things that ADA has done, right? When we look at, or the things that Cardano has done, when we look at Monero, when we look at Stellar, they haven't made the advancements that Cardano has done during this time. They haven't positioned themselves in the market the way that Cardano has done. Okay. And I think that's a big key point that people are missing. Yes, for years, Cardano thrived in the top 10, did well, ADA price, didn't really fall out of the top 10, and that's great. But now you couple that with advancements in tech and things that have happened behind the scene and strategic partnerships and moving towards global adoption and education in crypto. These are big things. You may not see the price impact right now, all right, especially during bear market cycles, times where adoption isn't happening, where we're not getting this mass influx of capital into crypto. We're starting to see again the early signs, but when you hit a bull market, these things, they have a major delayed fuse. That is when you see prices run from these low levels where they're at to absolutely explosive levels. So while I think worst case scenario, ADA could be just above $3, I think true worst case scenario, it's more around $7. And we've talked obviously about how high we could in fact reach with bigger adoption beyond that. So as always, this is not financial advice. This is just my thoughts. This is some examples I wanted to show you guys about where ADA price could be. And I think it can get everybody excited. This is a big cycle for Cardano. It's a big cycle for ADA. It's a big cycle for crypto as a whole. And me personally, I'm just happy to be here right now and not getting in late 2025. So I appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Show your support below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.